Now the Georgia Southern man, it's Matt Breida. He's got the first down and more inside the 40. And he'll get this down to the 39-yard line. That'll move the sticks for the Browns, a gain of 12. So on the other side of the field now, it's 1st and 10 as they've got things rolling on this drive. It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets them to 2nd and 4.
All right, Brandon, I know we're in the early going here, but those kind of runs, they're going to open up a world of opportunities for this offense going forward.
On 2nd down and 4, Goff. It's caught by OBJ. That one a gain of 20 and a first down. Well, they're piecing together a nice drive to start this one. Seems pretty scripted and pretty successful so far.
And I think they did it without our help. Because you remember when we sat in the production meeting with them to talk about this, and hey, you know, how are you guys going to come out of the gate? I know I offered my help with a few plays, and they didn't seem to want it.
Offer mine.
You're the smart one. Whatever they're doing, though, it's working really well.
That's one they certainly wish they had back. A loss of 8.
56 to Mike, boys. 56.
Throwing on 2nd and long. Goff. This one caught by Isabella. That one good for 17 as they're set up better now for 3rd down. And he's already got 2 catches on the opening drive. They know he's going to be a handful.
And sometimes you game plan for that offensively. You want to make sure that guy touches the ball, and sometimes it just happens naturally. And then you change your game plan. When he has the hot hand, you keep going back to him because he's running routes with confidence as the game goes on.
And that one going nowhere from the start as he's met in the backfield and goes backwards.
Hey, exit.
They run forward, Breida. Oh, now Breida loses it. They'll get neither the touchdown nor the first down. And this crowd into it early. Their guys stand tall on the opening drive of the football game. They'll run on first down. Greenwood. And he's only able to work this from the 8 to the 10 for a pickup of 2.
Well, we saw him there trying to get it to the outside, trying to get to the perimeter, but not a whole lot of room there. But there's got to be one positive to that. If you keep moving laterally, creases tend to develop as the game moves on, and they can run it back inside later.
And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair.
It's a tough one right there. He ran right into the teeth of the blitz as the linebacker was freed up in order to stuff that one for a loss. I think quarterbacks got to see that. Got to find a way to audible into something a little more advantageous.
It looks like a nickel set now for the Browns on 3rd down. From the gun, Harrison. Oh, he almost picked it. Nearly a turnover there on their opening drive. That's a throw he'd like to have back. Now 4th down. And they'll send out their punter now, as his first punt will come from inside his own end zone. And he'll take it just outside the 40. Call it a 48-yard punt. Give him 9, though, on the return. And the Browns will take over 1st and 10. The Browns drive about to get started. And last time, they had it 4th and goal, rolled the dice, didn't get it. Now they've got to put that behind them, try to put together another drive.
A simple tip of the cap, a nod of the head to the defense. Congratulations, you got us last time. But you didn't hold us the whole time. We got down to position where we were able to be in position to score. Let's go ahead and attack again. Continue to have that kind of confidence. Not worry about the one play that didn't allow them to get into the end zone.
And this time they'll be trying to get it into the end zone. We'll see what they do. This game not quite as good as the last, but still over 40 yards between the two. They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And that'll move him a little closer as he takes it from the 7 down to the 4-yard line. Now the defense going to use the first of their timeouts. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. On second down, a run with Breida. And he's in. Touchdown, Browns. Matt Breida hitting double digits with his 10th touchdown of the season as his guys are able to strike first here in this opening quarter. Extra point by Seibert, up and good. And that makes the score 7-0. Following the touchdown, here's Seibert now to kick it off.
And that drives coaches insane, doesn't it? When they see that happen, it just doesn't feel right, does it? Plus, you're giving up yardage.
So good starting field position for him here as they come up 1st and 10 at the 40. And to give this time to the tailback. And now the ball's out. Fumble near midfield.
Wow, that ball gets knocked free, but a teammate comes along and scoops it up. It's almost like baseball. Guys at bat, people are on base in scoring position. One guy doesn't get him home. The next guy comes through and picks him up.
And avoids the turnover. On first down, Greenwood. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. After one, 7-0 on EA Sports. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. Looking to throw. Harrison. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's second down.
Even without a ton of pressure in his face, it just shows how difficult it is to pick apart his own defense. Those guys are sitting back, and they're not playing receivers as much as they're playing the eyes of the quarterback and when he delivers the ball.
They'll try again from the 36 on 2nd and 10. Throwing again. Harrison. And he comes back with one complete. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. A gain of 13. It's a first down.
An ex-teammate used to tell me all the time, I hate experienced quarterbacks because no matter what, you really can't hide what you're doing. And I think that right there, he knew right away where the blitz was coming from, where his primary guy was going to be, and he ended up going to a secondary target for a nice game.
I was just going to ask you, that wasn't the primary target, and he's so good at that, isn't he?
I think he knew right away that he wasn't going to get to his primary guy. I think he read that as soon as he got to the line of scrimmage, knew where the pressure was going to come from, and said, I know how to beat that, and that's what he did.
And on this one, he'll get to the 15, right at the 15-yard line.
And when you're playing a quarterback with some experience and some moxie, you enter the danger zone when you decide to blitz him because if he's able to diagnose as he did on that play, he can hurt you downfield.
He reads defenses so well, doesn't he?
He really does, and the best part about that play for him, I don't think that was his primary target.
I don't think so either. I
think he had the read, figured out where the blitz was coming from, and went to a secondary target for a really nice gain.
They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And he's going to get him about 3 yards closer. He's down to about the 2. From the 2 now, 2nd and goal. They'll try to run this one in. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. It'll go as a loss of a yard, and it'll set up 3rd down. They'll look to throw on 3rd and goal. And it's intercepted at the goal line. A great read, and it's picked off. It's almost like you can see the look of frustration on his face. 4 interceptions last week. We talked about it all week. What did he do wrong? And another one here in the first half.
And you can understand the frustration. You actually feel his pain a little bit. But the worst thing he can do is what you're seeing right now, showing the other team that he's frustrated. All they're going to do is double their efforts to make him even more frustrated. He's got to gather himself, compose himself, and keep fighting.
Well, he talked a lot about erasing that loss last week, getting back in the win column. We'll see how he responds. Derek Nottie makes the tackle.
And the big fella stuffed that one up in a big way. I think doubling him has to be a priority because you can't move up to the next level if you don't take care of him first.
Looking to throw on 2nd down. Goff. And his throw here's incomplete. Andy Isabella was the intended target, but now it's third down.
Oh, man, that was close. The opportunity to change momentum, big play, right in his hands, unable to come down with it.
A sigh of relief, no doubt, on offense that fell harmlessly to the ground. They'll let it go deep for Beckham. He's got a man, complete. What a play that turns out to be, 36 yards.
That's a great job of working the sideline right there. I love how he tracked the football the whole way, just reached up and pulled it in, had excellent field presence to understand where he was in order to make that play happen.
On first down, here's Breida, and able to push forward for right around 3 yards down to the 42. On second and 7, Goff. Oh, nearly picked. And maybe lucky there. This guy doesn't drop many defensively. Third down. And they'll need to get to the 35 if they want to keep this drive going on third down. On third down, a run from Breida. And he gets this only to the 41. Not near enough for the first. Just a yard on the run there, and that's going to bring us to a fourth down. A reminder, coming up just a few minutes from now, we'll send you to Jonathan Coachman and our crew in Orlando. Coach will have a look back at some of the stats and scores from yesterday's action. He's going to have his running back. It's complete. And they're able to get this one past the 30 down to the 25. A good play there as the Browns strike for 16 and a first down. The fourth down run successful. Now they look to pay it off on first down. Back to throw. Goff. And that'll wind up incomplete. Try to give his man room to run under it, but it's second down. Not sure what happened out there, but it looked like the timing was a little off on that throw.
Well, you know I'm a defender, so what am I going to say?
Great defense.
Darn right. They did something to disrupt that timing.
To throw again on second down. Goff got an open man. That's David Njoku, the tight end. He's got his first catch here before halftime, and it goes for a first down.
The goal for any offense versus his own defense, find the holes where guys are available and put the ball on the receiver before any defender can step up and fill it.
They did it well there. Perfectly executed crossing route. It's a loss of a yard there, and it's second down. Now from the 9, here's second and goal. Goff now to throw. Toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
Well, you know you don't want to make a mistake in that area, so you make sure you make a smart throw. Throw it out towards the sidelines. If you overshoot your guy, so be it. It's just the incompletion that we saw there.
Here's Goff. And he's going to go down. Sacked back at the 13-yard line.
And that's the kind of stand all defenses are seeking. Third and goal, backs against the wall, and they get a monster sack, and now they're going to force them into a field goal. For them, that's a win.
So on fourth down, out comes the Browns kicker, Austin Seibert. And this has no chance. It's no good, well wide to the left, and this score will stay right where it is.
Always disappointing when you miss a field goal, but when you're playing against a defense this good, you and I both know that's a crucial miss because you can't afford to leave any points out there. You've got to take them when you can.
They'll indeed start on the ground to run that clock, and he's not going to go anywhere as they get him down behind the line of scrimmage. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be second down. And this offense going to elect to burn a timeout with 5 seconds remaining in quarter number 2. After the loss to start out, here's second and 11. The final shot before break. Harrison. And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's third down. So we have reached halftime with a touchdown. That's the difference on the scoreboard. As it's time now to send you back stateside to Orlando, Florida, and check in with Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach, as they say here in London, all to play for as we are back underway in the second half. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line. The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. They're down here, but very much in this game. What's the tonality of a coach's talk when a game is within striking distance like this at intermission?
Typically, what they're doing is emphasizing the things that went well in the first half and wanting more of that. Sure, you've got to go over some of the errors and clean up some things because there's a reason you're down. But overall, I think they want to stay positive, stay up with this team. We're just starting the second half, and we've got the football. Let's go ahead and punch it in, and then we'll take it from there.
See how that recipe works. And they'll get this well past. It's midfield before being stopped just before the 35. So how about that for a chain mover? They're all the way down inside the 40 now for 1st and 10. Back to throw. Harrison. He'll get this one to the Golden Domer, St. Brown. A good pickup there. 8 yards on the first down completion.
It's a gain of 8. Brings up 2nd and 2 at the 28-yard line.
Facing a 2nd and 2 after that last catch, good for 8 yards. Now a give, right side. Page, and he is swallowed up right at the line of scrimmage. He got maybe a half yard at most, but officially they'll be left with a 3rd and 2.
Makes it 3rd and 2.
On 3rd down, Chandler. The 3rd down conversion is successful. Give him 12 yards that time.
That's quite a spot there for his first carry of the game, but obviously they had plenty of faith in him, didn't they?
No question about it. And here, why not go with the fresh legs? Able to push forward, pick up that first. And after the good gain last play, this time they say, as he's going to be stopped behind the line of scrimmage. It'll wind up being a loss of 2. And it'll be 2nd and 12.
At the 18-yard line.
Here we go on 2nd and 12. And they're going to get him. He's sacked back around the 28. The number 1 pick, Myles Garrett, coming in to drop him. Need something from deep in the bag of tricks here after 1st and 2nd down went backwards. It's 3rd and very long. Looking to throw. Harrison. And he's going to have the hook up to QT. 4th down now after a loss of 2.
Well, I know it goes against the instincts of the person catching the ball because all you're ever taught is catch the football, don't drop it.
But drop it there.
Yeah, in that situation, dropping it would have been better. End up losing yardage, even though they completed the pass.
As good as a sack.
Yeah, how about that? Although they won't get the same credit for it, and it won't help them at contract time.
So a decent drive there to start the 3rd quarter. They only salvaged 3 out of it, but they inch a bit closer.
Yeah, but still lots of time to go in this one. That's why you hear that clapping on the sidelines, right? Hey, got some points. As you said, inching their way back in. Time left to go out and get that victory.
The Browns' drive about to get started. And they had compiled a pretty long drive last time. Unfortunately, though, it ended with no points after the missed field goal.
And that can hurt the psyche of a team because as they drove downfield, you know you're never supposed to count points in your mind until they go up on the board. But let's face it, we've been there. We've seen teams before. They were counting on those points. They didn't get them. Can they come back now, start over again, and grind it out?
Once again, they run with Breida on 1st down. And 3 yards there takes them to the 45.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
From the 45 on 2nd down. Goff, nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
We are seeing two really confident defenses imposing their will on these offenses in this game.
Yeah, absolutely, going toe for toe. Just curious if one of these offenses can wake up a little bit.
If there's any way they can find something that can pop, something big to knock them back on their heels.
And some secondary help here for the defense in the nickel on 3rd and long. From the gun, here's Goff. He's going to launch this thing way down. It's caught inside the 25. It's a big play there for the Browns. 47 yards. I guess that answers the question of whether or not they're going to try to play conservative and protect this lead in the 3rd quarter.
And I think this is something we're seeing more and more of in the NFL. Teams not playing to protect leads, teams playing to extend them.
They'll toss it to Breida. And he'll wind up losing yardage here back at the 21-yard line. Different story this time around. We had that huge gain followed by a sizable loss here. That loss of 3, a rare stumble on a promising drive. Here's 2nd and 13. One quarter remains here as we wrap up the week on a Monday night. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. They stay on the ground. Again, it's Breida. And again, the run defense stout this time. He maybe gets back to the line of scrimmage, but no more. The Browns on 3rd down, 2 for 5 to this point. This is 3rd down and 12. To throw is Goff. And he'll only get this to the 14 as he'll come up well short of the 1st down. Decent gain on the scramble to 6, but now it's 4th. And that is no good. And this score will stay right where it is. Now, this was still going to be a one-score game either way, but still, that's a potentially harmful miss here in the 4th.
It certainly is, because if you consider that now if they give up a touchdown, they give up the lead. So he might be getting the side eye by the defenders coming out on the field now as he goes back to the bench after that miss.
They run on 1st down as they're able to get this forward for about 4. That'll be a pickup of 4 as they work with his 4-point 4th quarter lead.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable 2nd down, a very solid gain on that play.
The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6. 2nd and 6. Flush to his right. And he's just going to get rid of this thing. To no one here. He throws it away. And now it's 3rd.
His struggles finding open receivers continue. I don't know the last time I saw him this inconsistent throwing the football.
It would be hard to find a date when he was this inconsistent. You know, in his locker, he keeps the word poise printed on an 8.5 by 11 sheet of paper. He needs to find that poise right now.
He certainly does. In fact, I would suggest he laminated.
Eluding the pressure. And a big loss here as he's taken down. Darren Lee drops him for a loss of 14 yards, and it also brings up 4th down. On 4th down, the punt team is on as this is sent away. That's taken at around the 40. A 46-yard punt, 8 yards on the return. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. The Browns drive about to get started. They're holding on right now to that slim advantage in a one-score game. And you hear a lot about 2-minute offense and 4-minute offense. Obviously, the 4-minute offense applies here. How do they run that effectively?
Yeah, really what the 4-minute offense is you're just trying to grind the clock. So you want consistent gains, steady gains. Doesn't have to be big plays, but it has to be plays that gets 1st downs and keeps the ball away from your opponent.
But certainly throwing the ball is in the mix here.
It certainly is. Just make sure that you're careful with it. And again, get those 1st downs, keep possession of the football.
Now on 2nd and 13, Goff Throwing middle, and it's complete. 8 yards on the completion, but now they face third down. Tell you what, he's been able to put the ball in some tight spots all game long. That throw, no different.
Yeah, a lot of people would call it a gutsy type of a throw. I think he looks at it as, I can do it, so it's not that big of a deal to me, and I'm going to keep firing.
This a big play for both sides. What will we see here? 3rd and 4. Out of the shotgun, Breida. And they'll get him down about 3 yards short of the first. Only a yard on the pickup there, and it's going to leave him with a 4th down. They go ahead and snap it. Gone. And no, it's incomplete. Boy, it looked like he had it and dropped it. And as a result, possession switches hands. Boy, you talk about not playing it safe. Why were they going for it there, Charles?
It's got to be a full evaluation of their team. Do they trust their defense in this situation? Maybe they think they've given all they can in this game and they don't have anything left. Do they not trust that the other team's quarterback is just so hot that no matter where they get the ball, they go downfield? Remember when Bill Belichick went for it in that game, right, against Indianapolis on the road, and everybody said, why'd you go for it there? I think he just thought to himself, on the other side, if they get the ball, they're going downfield anyway. He was trying to end the game right there with his own offense.
And they're well past midfield, just a yard or two shy of the 40. It's a 1st down on a gain of 10. Fourth quarter, down to the final 2 minutes, and we've got a one-score game. So it's our home team here in possession of the football as we come back. They come up on a 1st and 10, desperately needing a score here on what could be their final drive. A run there on 1st down and a pretty good one of 5 yards, so make it 2nd and 5. 5 yards is the tally on 1st down. That brings up 2nd and 5. He's back to throw. It's complete. It's Fitzgerald. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. Now after the completion, we're going to get a timeout, an injured player. While the trainers take a look, we'll step aside.
Double tight, guys, double tight. Hey.
They'll run on 1st down. It's Chandler. And he'll go down here at the 12-yard line. He'll get a nice chunk there on the 1st down run, and it's 2nd and 4.
I like it. I like the call. Still an opportunity to run the football and chew up a little more time off the clock.
Watch Bobo. I got you.
They'll keep it on the ground. Chandler. And he's going to be brought down just shy of the 5 at the 6. Now the Browns will use the first of their 3 timeouts. It's just their first. They've got 2 more to use here in the final stages. And that'll set them back 5. The delay of game, a costly one, as they're backed up 5 for 1st and goal. They'll try the left side. It's Chandler, and he'll get this one down to about the 10-yard line. Now the Browns signal for the 2nd of their timeouts. That'll leave them with just 1 remaining in this 4th quarter of play. From the 10-yard line, here's 2nd and goal. They'll look to throw. Escaping the pressure right. And he'll just throw this one over in the way of the security crew. Incomplete here. 3rd and long coming up. Defensively, you pressure the quarterback or drape all over the passing lane?
Yes, that's exactly what you do. It's both because they're not mutually exclusive. They may have been at one time in football, but not anymore. You want to have that pressure. If you have a big-time pass rusher, send him after the quarterback, and then make sure you blanket the field.
And he's not going to get anywhere close to the marker as he'll stop him well short of the yellow line. The Browns will quickly use their 3rd and final timeout. And as the two teams talk it over on their respective sidelines, we take a break. Likely the play of the game here, trailing in the final quarter and going for it on 4th and goal. Back to throw. And that is incomplete. They can't hook up here on the 4th down pass attempt, and the Browns are going to win the football game. So now let's reset here, Charles. They do have 2 timeouts left, so they can stop the clock twice. This one's not quite over yet.
No, and what you're doing on defense, you're going to use both timeouts, obviously. But you've got to call defenses are going to force the issue early, meaning you want that play over fast. You don't want to give them time to dance around in the backfield or run a wide sweep. They'll take off time. Blitz them, put pressure on them, make sure that play ends quickly so that you can go ahead and keep moving.
The Browns drive about to get started. And this one all over but the shouting, you might say. Now, there's one timeout remaining defensively, but probably no real need to use it here.
Yeah, the only time they would use it, strictly for pride.
And he'll find some room to get this up to about the 14. 9 yards is the pickup there, and they'll have a 2nd and 1.
Here we go. Here we go. Here we go. 2 for 1. 2 for 1.
Well, Charles, the old saying, the old cliche, if you will, points at a premium, that certainly applied here, didn't it?
And that almost like opened up a time capsule, didn't it? Old school football, low scoring, close game. What a way to finish it up.
You loved it, didn't you? You loved the defenses.
I certainly did. Brought back the images of the game of old.